Yeah, Billy Ball game. I'm going to be at Fenway Park. I can't believe it, August 21st, and I got a whole bunch of tickets I need to sell. So if you were ever going to take a road trip to go see me, I could use you on this one. I went to the Red Sox Blue Jays game on Tuesday night. I got to throw out the first pitch, and the amount of shit people were giving me, like people texting me out of the woodwork, calling me up, dude, don't fuck it up, don't do that, all of this stuff. I couldn't believe it, and I just kept laughing, going like, I'm a fucking comedian. I whatever you do, don't bounce it, or else what? Like, what's going to happen? Were they going to sign me, and now they're not? So anyway, I show up at the ballpark, and they walk me in, and I'm getting butterflies a little bit, like back in the day when I would do like Letterman or something. And I was like, wow, I haven't felt that in a minute. And I'm like, that's never good. That's never good. I got to get control of that. So when they brought me down to the field, I just started shooting the shit with people down there, talking so I wouldn't be thinking about what I had to do. And then I played catch with one of the ball girls down there who made a great catch on one that I got a little wild on. And I almost hit this whole group of women down there. I didn't even know why they were there. And then I watched the news. I found out they won this like back-to-back hockey championships. I saw them. They had like this trophy. I wish I talked to them, but I didn't. I ended up talking to the choir that sang the national anthem. So anyway, I threw a couple 2-3. I felt all right. And then they said, all right, they announced the lineups, and then they fucking brought me out there. And I got to tell you, the mound it's like no dirt I've ever stood on in my life. It was like synthetic dirt. It was so perfect. And it was funny? My buddy asked me, he goes, what were you doing before? He goes, I saw you like reached down, like almost like you were reaching down for a rosin bag. Were you writing something in the dirt? And I was like, oh no, I had a wrapper from a breath mint fell out of my pocket. I put my hand in my pocket and it came out, and I didn't want to litter out there. So he thought I was doing some cool fucking, Sammy Sosa shit. And I was just picking up a breath mint wrapper from a Lifesaver, a little clear plastic one, if you wanted to know what that was. And then I just went up there, and I was going to do this whole Louis Tion thing. I only did a little bit of it. And I just fucking, without thinking, before I overthought it, and I just aimed at the guy's head. It was funny. My buddy said, it had a little action on it, man. He goes, it kind of fucking, the bottom dropped out of it. And I said, that was it running out of velocity. Yeah. So it went all right. I threw a strike, thank God. And then when I threw the strike and it went good and the crowd clapped, I realized how much I gave a fuck. Because I went up there and I did what I usually do, is I just downplay the whole thing. Like, who gives a fuck? Just go up, throw the stupid fucking thing. No one gives a shit. If it bounces, nobody's going to care. Who gives a shit? It's not like they're going to add this to a compilation. It's not like people make compilations of the worst first pitches by people in the public eye, which I found out they do. I just downplay the whole thing. And then when I actually do it and it's over, then I feel great. And that's what happened. I wish I could have been zen and been in the moment. I just fucking did it. And then when it was over, I felt like I was 100 feet tall the rest of the fucking night, Oh, God, the level of shit I would have got for that one. So thank God. Thank you to the Red Sox for hooking me up with that and letting me tell my shit jokes there in August. But that's what I was telling, my family was there, obviously, and I was just like, oh, my God. I can't believe how much I gave a shit. I had literally convinced myself that I didn't care. And then the second I threw it and it didn't bounce and the guy caught it, I was like, thank God. I did everything but twirl around and throw my hat in the air like fucking Mary Tyler Moore. And then I got to go up in the booth on Nesson with David Uke, and I had a great time with them. I got to do WEEI before the game. I got to do PBS and do a little thing. And they said Fred Lynn was in the building. That was the only thing I didn't get to meet him. But other than that, it was awesome. I still can't, I don't have anything funny to say about it. I'm just fucking stunned that even happened. And then, next thing you know, I was like eating some food and the game's going. And I tell you what's cool, the scorecards now, you don't even have to fill out the lineup anymore. That was the big pain in the ass. They'd be like, batting first, so-and-so, batting second, you get slow the fuck down. I'm trying to fill this out. Now you get it. It's already all filled out. The only thing is they still have the pencil without the eraser. And I always end up fucking up, at the end of an inning. I'll go like two batters, three batters, and realize that I'm filling it out for the other fucking team. That's the worst, which is what I did. But the Red Sox won. I hope they're winning tonight. I'm recording this on Wednesday. The big bad Blue Jays, who are talking smack like they're going to win the American League East. So I'm expecting they're going to try to avenge that loss tonight. We shall see. We shall see. And I'm going to run my hour tonight before my flight. And other than that, I don't know what else I'm going to do. I got this whole tour. I'm going to go to Pittsburgh. Now, this is going to be a tough tour for me to stay in shape because not only am I going to these cities where I have friends, like I know their parents, and their parents all cook, You go to Pittsburgh, you're going to run into the Bartnicks, and Joe Bartnick's mother's going to throw down. I mean, Pittsburgh, that's 3,000 calories a day. Then you go to Nashville. Not only is it Nashville, it's also the South. So you got all of that going on. And then Columbus, I think I can do all right. And then Cleveland, Cleveland is Cleveland. You know what? They have decent restaurants downtown now. That place I always just feel like it's like sports arenas, hilarities, and a bunch of bars with food you can eat when you're in your 20s. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you guys. When I was down on the field, the mascot, Wally, came up. And they do that weird mascot thing where they don't talk and shit. You're like, hey, how's it going? And they got to do the whole shrug on the shoulders, like, hey, you win some, you lose some. He's like doing that little fucking shrug kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, I see the female version of him. And I'm going oh, shit, you got yourself a girlfriend. Good for you, Wally. Where'd you meet her? And they still start waving their hands. Like that time that guy dressed like Bert for the Sesame Street was waving his hands. I thought he was saying hello to me before he slammed the door in my face. They started waving their hands like that and covering their eyes. And I'm like, what did I say? And some lady goes, they're not boyfriend, girlfriend, they're brother and sister. And I was like, oh, shit. Sorry. Didn't mean you gross you out, Wally. And he's sitting there shrugging his fucking shoulders and covering his eyes. It was fucking hilarious. Then I suggested incest between two mascots, and then they had to play it off with mascot embarrassment and then forgive me all while miming, like I was in this silent film, but I was the only guy talking. It was really weird. But I will tell you, one of my favorite parts of the night was being up in the booth, the Nesson booth, and that is really something in another life, I would have done that. I would have done that for a living. And I actually think baseball would be the coolest one to do it for. Because that's the one that has the most time to shoot the shit. One of my favorite things back in the day was listening to two people fucking during a rain delay, just having to talk for 2 fucking hours. They're the original podcasters, just sitting there riffing for 2 fucking hours, waiting for the ump. Dude, would you just call the game so we can all go drinking? Or let's just fucking get a little wet and get 6 innings in, or whatever, 5.5 innings, whatever the fuck we have to do here. But I think there's really something cool about being a play-by-play person. You just do on the radio, I think is really cool. People know your voice and shit. They don't really know what you look like, so you can kind of just walk around, And if you don't want to get recognized, you just act like those mascots. You just cover your eyes and shrug your shoulders when anybody asks you a question or something. Anyway, I bought this thing on the internet, right? It has a handle and has a little ball at the end of it, and you just spin it with your arms straight out, clockwise, then counterclockwise. This angle, clockwise, counterclockwise, and then straight to the side of your body. And you do it for 40 days, 10 days with each little weighted ball, and each one gets a little heavier. And it's supposed to fix your shoulders, and it's done wonders for my shoulder. That's why I was able to bring the 49-mile-per-hour heat last night from the fucking hill. Seriously, I was able to throw it and not hurt myself. And I'm in the gym. I'm fucking getting them. I was hanging from a chin-up bar the other day. So tempted to try to do a rep, but I know that would set me back months. So I'm just sticking with this shit while I'm on the road. Ba-da-da, freckle douche. All right, that is it, everybody. That's the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. I want to thank, everybody involved that got me to where I was at. that I got to throw out that first pitch. That was truly the coolest thing I ever got to do, and I still can't believe it. It went by so fast, it feels like a friggin' dream, and I'm so happy I didn't bounce the goddamn ball because I never would have heard the end of it from you fucking assholes. All right,